Hey y'all, Jamie here. Proud 55-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off? Well, y'all, I was riding in my 1977 Firebird with my old flame Bob Jackson, who was blowing me as we rode down the street in the middle of the night. Yeah, you heard me right, blowing me. Yes, that's embarrassing for me to talk about. Listen, I had extreme dysphoria, and the fact that I even let this boy do that without me making like a big thing out of it told you how crazy about him I was. Because with Mickey, I didn't even allow that, like at all. So, yeah, I was crazy about him, and we started sneaking around. Yeah. After that, we started sneaking around over the next several days. We were meeting up by my job and we were hanging out in places where not everybody knew me. I had a favorite place back then called the Dream Palace over on Frenchman in the Marigny. And I would go there when I wanted to disappear from St. Louis Street or Bourbon Street and I didn't want people that I knew to really know where I was. Dream Palace was where I was ever since the 80s. That was where my little go to. It's not there anymore, but it was a great little place. Live music, chill atmosphere, really cute bartender that I did in the bathroom one time, but that's another story. Um, so yeah, me and Bob are sneaking around. It's not a great thing for us to be doing, but we were. And we're having this affair, and me and Karen are still like buddy buddy. And Karen knows what's going on. Like, Karen knows that I'm cheating on my husband with this boy. And Karen knows the history between me and Bob, too. Like, she knows that this isn't just some random hookup for me. The boy means a lot to me, you know? And so she's like, she's cheering me on. Not for nothing, but, it's kind of funny because she actually ended up with Mickey many years later. Like, many years later, after he and I had broken up, Karen and Mickey actually got together for a while. Hilarious. But yeah, they got together for a while many years later. But at that time, she was Team Bob, okay? And, although in hindsight, maybe she had a thing for Mickey back then. And, you know, anyway, hindsight being 2020, what can I say? So, Bob was staying over by Lisa Jackson, his wife, that he was estranged from. He was staying with her brother and her brother's girlfriend, Shannon, who was another trans girl that I knew from Houston, right? Shannon and I were old friends. Like, Shannon was around when I first got on hormones. Like, she was one of the first people I told when I did my first hormone shot. Yeah, Shannon and I went a ways back. So, anyway, Bob's staying with them. I'm going over there when we're not hanging out at the Dream Palace. We're over at Shannon and Billy's. And, Lisa had taken off with Candy Slice's boyfriend. Yeah, this was a weird summer, y'all. It was like, I've said this once before. Back in those days, we were like hamsters in a cage, crawling all over each other. No, there was no such thing as real fidelity or real monogamy. That just wasn't our strong suit in those days. It just wasn't. So, yeah. Um, Billy Wayne and Shannon were living in the Marigny, and I was seeing Bob over there, and Karen and I are hanging out. Billy Wayne is a dog. Tell you that up front. Billy Wayne is a big old dog. Billy Wayne always was a big old dog, okay? So Billy Wayne starts liking Karen, even though Billy Wayne's got Shannon at home. Another tidbit about Shannon: Shannon's at their house with AIDS, full blown AIDS, sick, like very sick. And Billy's stepping out on her. Not the only time I've seen that happen to one of the dolls. I've seen many a doll's boyfriend screw around with the other dolls while she's sick and on her deathbed. Not anything new. So, anyway, Karen hooked up with Billy. And me and Karen and Billy and Bob go out one night. And we go to the Riverwalk, which is in New Orleans by the Mississippi River, as the name would, infer. And we were out at the Riverwalk and we're like playing around and, just shooting the shit, smoking weed and watching the boats go by on the river, and Karen and Billy are like kissing and making out. Me and Bob are kissing and making out. And Karen tries to show me, like, girl, look, and shows me like she's getting Billy hard in his pants. And she's trying to show me the outline of his dick. I wasn't really trying to study Billy, Billy Wayne was a cute guy and all, but no, I was madly in love with Bob. So no. It was bad enough I was already cheating on Mickey with one. I didn't need to be chasing two. Um, so yeah, Karen and me and Bob and Billy go back to Karen's place that night to carry on. Karen and Billy Wayne go back in her bedroom. Me and Bob are on her living room sofa. We're going at it like rabid dogs. And all of a sudden, Karen comes running out of the back bedroom, half naked, with Billy Wayne hot on her tail, chasing her, telling her, "What's wrong, girl? What you scared of? Come back here. Don't be afraid now, bitch." And if y'all want to know what happens next, y'all know the routine. Be here next time and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching and I love you for the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.